Hey everybody, welcome back to Pure Snowrunner. Today's mission, we got a lot. Well, we have 3, but I was looking through the list of missions. Like this one's Mountain River, can't do that one. This one's Mountain River, can't do that one. This one's Mountain River, can't do that one. So we're getting close. We have this one, Polar Base. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. Then we have a logging one, which we'll do later. And then this ones are all locked up. This is like Pedro Bay and stuff like that. New maps. And then we have Mountain Delivery, Mountain River, Oil Delivery, which is the one we're going to do now. So we're going to activate that. But so today's mission is Oil Delivery. But then we have Drilling Parts Delivery. The reason I'm doing it this order is because this one, the last destination, this Oil Delivery, is the service hub right here. So, and from the service hub, you can get the drilling spare parts for the next mission and take them over to the factory. And then the next mission will be next video. It's going to be the polar base, in which you need bricks. So we'll grab the bricks from this factory to take them over to the polar base. So that's what's going to happen today. So we don't want to do that one. We're going to do this oil delivery. Long story short, grab 4 oil barrels. 4 of them, and off we go. We'll make it daytime. You know what I'm going to do first, though, because there's a trailer over here. We're going to refuel real quick. Not recover, refuel. Alright, now we can get out of here and go take care of what we need to. We'll make it more afternoon. Okay. We will have to stop in the middle of this to get a picture, but we'll make it. So let's map out our route. The last one's going to be this one and then to this one. So we need to hit 2. So what we'll do is we'll hit this one, which we're going to go out this way. I don't really need this, but I'm just doing it to show you guys how easy it is to do. Place your waypoints. I'm going to hit this one. And then back out and just take the path. Put it down the road. There we go. This is going to be quite the little journey. Taking a tour of the map, apparently. That's all right. And down the path. There. Alright, let's just go follow the waypoints. This one's going to be a little bit longer because of the driving. But that's pretty much all it is drive. It's like delivering newspapers. So anyway, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already discovered the fact that this is all Snowrunner, hence the name Pure Snowrunner. If you're new and you're curious, that's pretty much that's all I play on here. There's a link below if you want to go on my Twitch, which I do live stream and stuff. But other than that, this is a YouTube channel that's strictly dedicated to Snowrunner. And I've started from the beginning, so if you've missed the first videos, it started from the beginning to get to this location. Each thing was broke down into a separate video, which I think I got over 100 and some videos now, which is crazy. Which is crazy already, excuse me. But shifting it a little high, so I'm tired of shifting. Or the transmission constantly shifting. We'll have to stop and get a picture. You don't have to excuse me for that, but it is what it is. I'd like to get it before I drop the first part, so I at least have all the parts on it. We'll get it up here. Anyway, and you feel like, if you're new and you feel like subscribing, ring the bell after you subscribe so that you know, it's a notification bell, so that you know when I put a video out. I upload 3 videos a week, as I have a separate job. We're just gonna grab this picture. We're not even gonna do the old school one with the turning off the settings and all that stuff. We're just gonna get a picture. Call it a day. And save as. Real quick here. Oil delivery. That's good. No sense in dragging it out. But anyway, yeah, so if you subscribe, be sure to ring the bell for notifications. Leave a like and comment. You know, say, hey, what's up? New to the channel. Love the content. Or could you do this? Could you do that? Just keep it respectful. And if you're a repeat offender, which is awesome in this aspect anyway, I want to thank you, first of all. Second of all, you already know what to do. You know, share it out on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you can share it out to. It does help. Even the comments help. Even a thumbs up helps. Because it goes into a different thing for YouTube and gets into people's suggested. You may like this. It's kind of like when you buy something on Amazon. Customers who bought this frequently bought this. Just suggested things. Anyway, so off we go. We get these deliveries done. And grab a snack and sit back and enjoy the ride. Unfortunately, I don't snack when I'm streaming or recording. You don't want to hear that crunch, crunch, crunch stuff. Occasionally I take a drink of a beverage. Not an adult beverage, as it's only 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a little early to have that for breakfast. Not even a mimosa, not a wine or champagne or whatever it is. Drinker. Alright, let's get this guy delivered. Now there is an option when you get to, well, I mean there's always an option, but shove it in below. There is an option when you get toward the end, like when you only have one left to do. Sorry, what's your sign, mister? To switch vehicles. Because you only need one, right? But you gotta haul 4 drilling spare parts out for that one mission or the next mission. So you want something, even if it's just a flatbed bull run, bring a trailer. Actually, I think there's a trailer over there. Let me see once. Just want to check. Yeah, there is a trailer over there. So, I mean, you could cheat. Well, it's not even cheating. It's, instead of pulling a trailer like this, you could pull a trailer. Either way, you're pulling a trailer. So, and I think this is more stable than one of them little red trailers. Just my opinion. I hate when the game saves right when you're in the middle of a climb. Then it like stalls out. It's like, oh, you were trying to go here? I'm curious as to how many of y'all actually played the game and how many of you are just watching to decide whether to buy the game. Well, if you're asking my opinion on whether you should buy it, I'd say 150% yes. I mean, graphically, the game is beautiful. The gameplay is fantastic. I've gone through this so many times, completed the whole game multiple times, and just started over again. You know, we've gotten new maps over time, but I've completed all the new stuff already. I just like the game. Plain and simple. It's definitely one of those, especially if you're playing, well, it's solo, you can do every mission. If you're playing with your friends, you know, as multiplayer, then maybe you're divide and conquer, and you know, you do this one and this one and this one. But personally, I would, if I were to do that, if I were to do a multiplayer, I would definitely keep it separate profiles, because you can save 4 different profiles on here, you know. So you'd have one that was multiplayer with your buddies, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 people. You could get 4 all together, but and then one for just yourself to actually go through and play the missions. And again, mods are your choice, you know. Seriously, you don't have to do them. I have gone the other way and I've completed the game the other way. I mean, it's hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and lots of hours of content. I can't even, hundreds of hours, I'm guessing. Up to this point, anyway. We went through and added up all the time that my videos were. It'll tell you how many hours I have up to this point, let alone getting through Alaska, through Russia, through the Yukon, through Russia and again. And I think we got another couple of Russian maps. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do. Canada. Oi. Lots of work. But you know what? It keeps it interesting. Keeps you coming back. Just my opinion. It's definitely worth the whatever, it's $50 or whatever it is, I don't even know. I actually purchased it, I think, when it first came out, so I think I paid $60 for this. Plus I have it on Steam for PC, and I have it on Epic Games for PC, because originally it wasn't on Steam yet. It was only on through Epic Games, so I purchased it there. Unfortunately, I don't play a lot of PC games. Why? I don't know. I just prefer console. But there are certain games that I do play. American Truck Simulator, and I gotta get back into European Truck Simulator. But I have to make a few purchases to complete the ETS2 simulator package. As in a semi-racing cockpit with a seat and a mounted monitor and the steering wheel and all that stuff to make it more, what do you call it? I hope I didn't miss a checkpoint. No, because otherwise it would have kicked me out. Yeah, we're right. We're doing all right. It wouldn't. These other ones wouldn't have showed up if I would have had to stop and say the sawmill, and I drove right by it. All right. So we have this. Down to two left. We'll stop and get fuel on the way to the next checkpoint, or next locale because we go right past the fuel station. But anyway, I just enjoy the game, and it's definitely worth the game. Now, if you go back to say Spin Tires, the original, now that one it wasn't worth $5, in my opinion. No offense to the originators of the game, but it was too short. The graphics was very glitchy, even through PC. We tried multiplayer on that with some friends, and it was terrible. You couldn't even go. Can't even think about how bad it was. But this is completely different. Better vehicles, better missions, more, many, many, many more missions. Graphically, I mean, I get it. So Spin Tires came out in what, the '90s? You know, and a lot of things have happened in the last 30 years, you know, game-wise, console-wise, the whole thing. You think back to the late 70s, Atari comes out, and graphically at the time was like, this is awesome. You had Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man. You had your 8-bit graphics. And you work up to Nintendo and ColecoVision and Intellivision 2, Intellivision 1, Atari 5200, double the 26. All the different game systems that came out back then. Sega Genesis, Sega CD, all the different ones. Which are no longer around. Sega's not even a thing anymore, is it? I don't think so. It's kind of got put off to the side. I wonder if they'll ever come out with another one. And it's like those retro systems that they have. You know, the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic. I refrained from buying those just because of the fact that I didn't know if the nostalgia would be there, you know? And I grew up playing those. Big time. Because if it wasn't for those games, these games wouldn't be a thing either, you know? And it all has to start somewhere. Back in that day, you could only dream of some kind of game like this. Like, wow, you get to drive a truck and it looks real. I remember playing the first Tomb Raider on PlayStation 1. I thought it was so realistic. Boy, you go back to that now, not even close. But at the time, wow, it was awesome. I just can't believe that first PlayStation was like $400. And the PS5 is less than that. Well, it wasn't, but well, I guess the $399 for the disc version or whatever it is now, or the digital version. I'll have to switch the time of day because it's gonna get dark here shortly. Alright, so we are at the second to last stop. Yeah, the game system and game advancements. I can't even imagine what it's going to be in 20 years, you know. Insane is what it's going to be. All VR, more than likely. I mean, there's a lot of VR now. I've played a little bit, some of the Oculus 2 and stuff, but it was just basic stuff. I did some fishing and whatever. My one son has that, so I got to try it out. It was pretty cool, you know. I remember when the Wii U came out, and you get the golf and you get the bowl, and boy, that was pretty addicting for a while. Well, then you figured out that you could just sit down and do it. You didn't have to get up and bowl, but it is more interactive. We had the Wii Fit, so you had the balance board and you had to do tightrope walking. And some of the stuff, like the frisbee golf, was pretty cool. A lot of golf games that were pretty cool. I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're into. But anyway, back to Snowrunner. I got off on a tangent. This game is just awesome. I mean, just look at the graphics. I'll slow it down a little bit here. Put it low, low, slow, low. I mean, you can see the mud coming off the tires. I mean, the guy in there with his hands jerking all over the place is pretty crazy, but it's just killer graphics. And this is just the PS5. PC is a little bit better, but this is pretty good. Pretty good. I went from in the cab to see him crack a beer or something. This is taking too long. Honey, I'm gonna be home late. Stuck in a mud hole. Some deep mud. We're almost out. Oh shit, it's a little bit. See, the more your tires spin, the less you're moving. So I shove it up in the full auto. I can throw some mud while I'm doing the digging. Get them tires turning. Utilize the sidewalls of the tires a little bit. Some of that tread grabbing. Alright, off we go. Anyway, I mean, it's not a difficult mission. You just run the paper route, essentially. I don't know. If I was asked the question up to this point in the game, not future episodes and future missions, up to this point in the game, what was my favorite mission? Up to this point. I'm not talking about when you get to Russia or when you get to the other Alaskan maps. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. And there's a lot of them that are pretty easy. I'd have to say probably bringing that big building. I'm not sure which. It was in Island on River, Smithville Dam. Where you haul that, it looks like a building from Drummond Island over to Smithville Dam, and you go down the big hill and across that water bridge. I like that one. It's pretty cool. I've messed that mission up. I went right into the water, got tipped over, and that was it. I had to restart. But that's what's good about it, is you just restart the mission if you messed up on something. And there's been glitches on here, and they've had to patch them, and for the most part, they've done very well with that. Fixing some of the glitches. I remember back, I don't even remember what it was, the packages would just fly up in the air when you get to different maps. And even with that, they still have some, with the modded vehicles, well, that's understandable. Like this trailer, for example, when you switch some of the maps, it locks glitches. Let's change the time of day. It's getting a little too, a wee bit too dark. Let's go first person. A little brighter that way. Yeah. And it is what it is. It's, again, just it's a good game. It had its bugs, but they've done pretty well on fixing them, patching. It's to be expected. Kaboom! Coming in hot. I think it fixes my truck anyway. It does not. Alright. That's it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for watching. And hopefully you enjoyed the content. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.